Okay, so now it's time to get our OpenAI API key. Okay, so API keys are like secret password kind of strings. I mean, they're like a keyword, like a code word. So they are used to connect our project to OpenAI. By this, we can make use of OpenAI models to get the response from. I mean, we can send them a prompt, and the OpenAI model would respond to us. Okay, so this connection is possible only when you have a API key with you. Okay, it's like a secret password that connects you to the um, OpenAI model. Okay, so let's get the API key in this video. And before moving forward, I just want to tell you that in the previous video we have clearly discussed about this entire .venv folder, including this folder. I mean every folder. Yes. So if you are truly worried about what all this means, I would highly recommend you to watch the previous video of this playlist. I mean the one that is right before this video in this playlist. So yeah, and then in the previous video we had discussed about etc include lib scripts share, and in this video I had told that we will be discussing about this folder cache dir.tag and then uv.lock. I think only these two are left out. This dot lock is empty, so don't just ignore it. Don't not required for now. So first let's get in the video. First let's get the API key, and then after that in the ending of this video we'll come back to this and then discuss the rest of the things. Okay, so yeah. So and then one more important thing is in the previous video I had explained you about this py project file, right? Very useful. Okay, so please watch the previous video. So unfortunately I forgot to mention this in the description. I mean, I told you guys to copy this into this file, but I didn't give you this in the description, so I'm very sorry for that. I forgot. So in this video description and the previous video description, I have given this entire content in the description. Okay, so in the description you will have a Google Drive link. Click the drive link and then you will find this entire content. So just copy paste it in your file. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's get the API key, OpenAI API key. So let's go to our browser, and yes, so the URL that you have to visit is platform.openai. Just type this much. Okay, so platform.openai, and then just click enter, and yes, this is the link that you should be clicking. OpenAI platform. Okay, so until this point of time we have all used ChatGPT, right? Yes. So I mean, by the way, ChatGPT is OpenAI's model. I mean, the OpenAI is a company behind ChatGPT. So now we will discuss about how to go into the API side of the OpenAI. So till now we have only accessed the product ChatGPT of OpenAI, but now let's focus on how to get the API keys of OpenAI and then connect our code, our project to this service, and then get the response back from the API from the model of OpenAI. Yeah. So once you reach this page, this is how it looks. So this is the dashboard. Don't worry about all this, not required for now. So the straight away I would suggest you to go to the settings option. Can you see the settings here? Yeah. So just click on the settings option, because let me tell you that OpenAI API Key is a paid service. It's not a free service. So the minimum amount that you have to pay is $5. Okay. Yes. The maximum it goes up to $95, but $5 is minimum to get avail of this service of this. I mean, to get the API key to connect to the OpenAI. Okay. So if you don't want to spend money, it's totally fine. You can just watch me doing, or I would suggest you to. It's just $5. It is just $5. $5 is it's a very less amount, right? So and trust me, $5 comes for 1 year. Yes. So this $5 that you're paying lasts for 1 year. So it's a very small amount for a good practice throughout this course. So throughout this course we will be using this. So I would recommend highly, but it's not compulsory. Okay. Yeah. And yes, so once you click on this settings, I think you should be able to find the billing option here, because the billing. So click on the billing. Yeah, so right now in my credit, I have $10, but minimum is five. There is no need for you to pay $10. I paid $10 because I have a lot of things to do with this. I mean, I coach people, I train people, I have my own company and stuff. So I have this $10 for 2 years like that. So you can take only $5, no problem at all. Okay. So discussing about the billing method of OpenAI, it is a credit based billing. So it's not like you pay money and then you get the API key. You it's like you pay money, and over the time for every API call, certain amount of money gets deducted from this balance. It's like that. Okay. So you just need to put the initial amount upfront, and then slowly deduct from that money as you use the service. Yes. So right now I have $10. So now I'll tell you how to pay the money for this. So click on add to credit balance. Click on this thing, and then here you can just enter $5. Don't enter more than that, not required. $5 comes for 1 year. It lasts for 1 year. So $5 is more than enough. So put $5, and after this you can just add your payment method here. Just fill in the details. Okay. And I'm using this. So yeah, debit card. Yes, debit or credit card, both works. And then just press on continue, and then confirm payment, and then you'll get this bill, the invoice. Let's wait. Yeah, so once you press that button, the next screen is this one. So here is clearly mentioned your card name and stuff and all that. Okay, so what you do is you just click enter your OTP number, and then you finish your payment. Okay, so after you finish your payment, then what happens is you come back to the same screen. Okay, come back to the same screen, and once you reach to the same screen, one important note that I would like to tell is never click this auto recharge. Okay, don't select this auto recharge button, because if you select this auto recharge button, then obviously, as the name suggests, once the balance is over, it will automatically deduct money from your bank account. Okay, it's like that. It's like auto payment. Yeah, so we don't want that. We only want $5 for 1 year. So just end with this. Don't never click on this set up auto recharge. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, and then another detailing that I would like to give here is and then you can press on the billing history to track your billing, like when you paid what. I paid $5 April 30th, and then I paid another $5 in March 26th. Hence I have $10 totally. So it's like that. So it's very important to have a track of your billing. Okay. Yeah, your payment options. Okay. Now that we have the payment done, now let's discuss about how to get the API key. Okay, that is very important. So we will go to the it's here, it's right here, API keys. So click on this API keys option after this. Okay, so I already have an API key, but still let me create one more to show you how to create. Okay, so obviously click on this button, create new secret key. So this is the API key. Okay, so here you can give whatever name you want. Let me give something like Gen AI course API key, and then in the project select default project. Okay, and then just select all. Don't select restricted and don't select read only. Only select all, and then click on create secret key. So yes, so here we have our secret key. Okay. Now the thing is, this, as I told you in the beginning of this video, this API key is equivalent to a password, very secret. If you give this to somebody else, they can use this key, and then they can use the service. Basically, they will be using for the money that you paid. Okay, we don't want that to happen. So never share this to anybody. And another thing is, don't mess around with the characters. It should be exactly the same. It starts with SK and then it ends with, for me it ends with this one. For you it might be something else. So never change any of these characters anywhere. Okay, if you change, then it doesn't work. It will not work. When you write the code for it, it will not connect to the API model. Okay, so just click on copy from here. I'll click on copy. Okay, so right now it is in my clipboard. So I'll go to VS Code next. Now it's time to create a new file, a very interesting file. It's called as .env file. Okay. So what I do, I right click on this root folder of the project. I mean LLM engineering is a root folder. Okay, but still this folder which contains all the code. I mean this folder contains everything A to Z, right? So on this folder, I'll right click and click on new file, and then I'll name this file as .env. Yes, I think most of them will know this. Whoever have done web development and software engineering, it's very common. But for those people who don't know what this is, .env is a file that stores all your secrets. Yes, by secrets I mean your API keys, passwords, any secrets, any secret things, assets that you use in your project has to be put into .env. It's like a bank locker. It's like a secret locker. Okay, never show this to anybody, never expose this to anybody. Yeah. So inside this .env, by the way, the spelling has to be exactly the same. Okay, dot first comes dot, and then E, and then N, and then V. No changing spellings and no changing the no changing it to upper characters and lowercase characters. No, exactly .env. Whatever you're seeing here, it should be exactly like that. Okay, because it has a meaning to it. Because your project will look for this file, because this is a predefined file. It has a predefined meaning to it. .env means it's universal, that it is a file that stores all the secrets. Okay, so your project will look for this .env. Okay, so later, yeah. So it's a predefined file name convention. It's prefixed, so maintain the same name. Inside this .env file, now it's time to define our API key. So let's declare a variable saying OpenAI API key. Okay, you can give whatever name you want. It's just like a variable name. It's not exactly a variable. Why? Because this is not a Python file, right? It's not .py file, so we can't call it a variable. It is like a variable. Okay, yeah. Equals, just press Ctrl V, which is copying the whatever we copied from here. Whatever we copied from here, that I am just pasting it here. So, and then please click on Ctrl S. Can you see this white color dot here? So whenever you see a white color dot here, which means the file is unsaved. Okay. So once I press Ctrl S, you can see that white color dot has disappeared. Okay. So please click on save after you paste the API key. Yeah. So now we have successfully stored our API key into this container. Okay. Yes. Many of them might be wondering why is this not a string? I mean, why can't I put it in strings? Because it is a string. It looks like a string. I told you that .env is not a Python file. Okay, it's not a Python code, by the way. This is not at all a Python code. It is a content of a .env, and this is how we have to define it. Okay, .env has its own rules. You can't bring Python rules into .env. Okay, so just put it as it is. It's a rule like this. Yeah. Okay, now that we have stored our .env into the OpenAI into the .env file, now everything is done. Okay. I think that's it. Now let's go back to the old concept, which is, I think we have to discuss about this file and this file and this file, right? Okay, good. I mean, that's all. Talking about API key, that's all. There's nothing more to this. It is as simple as this. Okay, yeah. Now let's focus on, let's continue. This file. Yesterday we discussed about this folder, this one, and today let's continue from .gitignore. Okay, so what is this .gitignore? I mean, most of them will know this. Whoever has been into coding will know this. For those people who don't know this, .gitignore is a file which contains this. Whatever you want to ignore from the GitHub. I hope you know what GitHub is, right? GitHub is a platform where you can upload your code online. It's an online platform where you can upload your code so that you can access the code from anywhere in the world. Okay. So as we go further in this course, we will be pushing the code to the GitHub, obviously, right? So when you want to push a code to the GitHub, I don't want to push this entire .v .env file, because this .env file is very easy to create again. I mean, even if I delete it right now, I can just type uvsync again. I mean, people who are wondering what is uvsync, please watch my previous video. Okay, I have discussed clearly about this. I mean, once I run the uvsync command, it's going to create back. I'm going to get this back again. So it's not really necessary for me to put this into GitHub, because it's recreatable. It's easily gettable again. So because of that, I'm saying .gitignore. Inside the .gitignore, I'm saying star. What is the star? Star means everything inside this folder. Yes. So this .ignore is inside this folder, which means, and inside this file there is a star, which means I'm saying .gitignore that. Ignore every single file and folder inside this folder .venv. Okay, because I told you this entire folder is recreatable. You can create it anytime. Even if you delete it, you can create it another time. So it's not that wise to put this into GitHub, because it's too large. Look at this. It's too large, every folder is too large. So it's not that good to put this into GitHub. Okay, so that's the reason I'm saying star. Star means include every single folder and file of this what? Folder. Okay. So whatever you put inside the .gitignore, those file and folder will be ignored. Okay. Yeah. It is as simple as that. Next is cache dir.tag. I mean, if you click on this, you will find something like this. You will find a signature, and in the signature you will find something like this, right? Now what exactly is this? So once we run the code, once we build the projects, what will happen is this .venv folder will have a cache memory into it. It has a built-in cache facility, cache feature. Cache means what? A temporary memory which can store data for quick access. A temporary memory which can store data for quick access. Okay, that is called as a cache memory. Okay, so this .venv folder will have cache memory into it. We don't know exactly where it is. It enters the scene when you run the program. During the runtime it works. So right now I can't show you where the cache is. Okay, so this cache dir.tag folder says that this folder, since it's inside this folder, okay, since this file is inside this folder, this file is trying to say that this folder is completely replaceable or easily re-gettable. I told you, right? Once I run the uvsync, I'm going to get this back again. So it's not a problem. So the moment you say this, the moment you name a file like this, it's a label file basically. It's a label file. Label file means it's a label. It's a label trying to saying the tools that we use in the future that please do not take this folder very seriously. Please do not consider this folder very seriously. It's not important. I mean, when I say it's not important, it's not like it's not important. I'm just saying that it's easily gettable. It's re-gettable again, right? So .gitignore will only stop it from entering into the GitHub, but this file will stop this folder from getting duplicated or getting the this file will prevent this folder from getting duplicated. When I say duplicated, in future we will be using many tools that can take the backups of a code. Okay, one of the tool is I think Time Machine. I think it's called as Time Machine. Time Machine is a tool which people use to take the backups of the code that we write. I mean different versions, so that we don't lose the previous version. Okay, so in those tools will look for this file actually. Yes, if you put this file, which means this folder is completely, it will not take the backup of this because it's easily re-gettable. Yeah, that's the meaning of it. Okay, basically this file tells the tools, the backup tools, to not take the backup, to not take this folder as a backup because it's not important, because it is easily re-gettable. Yes. And what is the signature inside this? Okay, so UV by default puts in a signature into this file. What does the signature mean? This signature confirms that this is a legitimate file created by UV. Otherwise, what happens? Otherwise, anybody can create such a file and then they can mess around with stuffs, right? So the moment the tools, the third party tools encounters the signature, it will have a trust on it. It will have a trust on this file that yes, this file is legitimately created by UV or whatever the package manager you are using. Okay, so it's very crucial to put us. I mean, this is inbuilt actually. UV sync will by default create a signature for you. Okay, yeah. So signature says it's a legitimate file created by UV and not by any other people, not by any other developer or not by a standalone person. Yes. Okay. So, and then finally uv.lock. What is this uv.lock? I mean, the surprising thing is this uv.lock is the longest ever file that you can ever see, because this file has around 6,000 lines. Look at this. Yeah, it has around more than 6,000 lines. Why? What exactly is this all? So .uv lock will lock all the versions of the dependencies that you're using. In last class, in the previous video, we had discussed that UV sync creates all the libraries required for the project. Basically, it installs all the libraries mentioned in this file, pipe project file, and then it puts it into the lib folder, right? So uv.lock will lock the versions, which means, for example, if you're working in a team in a company, your colleague might want to update to a new version of a particular library. Okay, and this new version might not go well with the current version of your other dependencies, because one dependency is dependent on other dependencies. You know what I mean? Look, for example, in this dependencies list, you have only this much, right? I have mentioned hardly some 30 dependencies. But if you see this lib, if you see this lib folder, you have more than this actually. Whatever I have given here, if you see here, I have more than 30. Why? Because each of these dependencies is again depending on 10 other dependencies, and those 10 other dependencies will again depend on 10 more other dependencies. Okay, so one library is not standalone, it's not independent. No libraries are independent. Every library will depend on some other library behind the scenes. So this lib is storing all A to Z of every dependencies. Okay, that's why we have here more than what I have mentioned here. Okay, so UV lock, as you can see, it clearly locks the versions. It says even if anybody installs or updates something else, it will not allow the updation, as in it will prevent from somebody to install a different version of libraries. It will force everybody to stick to the same versions throughout the course of the project, so that nothing goes wrong. Okay, so UV lock locks the versions so that nobody in the team, in the project team, can install any other version to mess around with things. Yes, as simple as this. Besides this, you don't need to worry about all the 6,000 lines. It's absolutely time waste. It is predefined, it's already built for you. So just this is the quick explanation for this. If you know this much, it's more than enough about all these stuffs. Okay, yeah. All right, so even now, if you have any doubts regarding whatever we have discussed till now, even if it's the silliest doubt or the smallest doubt, please message me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn profile is mentioned in the description below. Okay, so next video we will transition and go to the next stage of the project. Thank you so much. Have a good day.